You have found the Titus Podcast Armageddon Update with hosts Christopher Titus, Rachel Bradley, and Ken Hylind. And now, here's Christopher Titus with this week's Armageddon Update.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, here we are on week 3 of talking about the dead pedophile and his best friend for 15 years.
Bing.
You know, it's gotten so uncomfortable for Epstein's ex-best friend
Bing.
that he had one of his cadre of supervillains. Here we see Where's Waldo Man, whose superpower is the ability to disappear Congress to avoid accountability. So, this Epstein thing is not going away. In fact, it's getting bigger and bigger, and Sweet Potato Hitler is just throwing all he can against the wall to end it. He started weak, though. This is Rosie O'Donnell, who has moved to Ireland. He tried to make us forget about his pedophile best friend by saying he was going to revoke American-born citizen Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship.
I'm still an American citizen, and I always will be. And it is my country, and I love my country, and I'm devastated by what's happened to it.
And Rosie then body slammed his ass so hard that he stopped bothering her instantly. Her response ends with, "You're a bad joke who can't form a coherent sentence." Nice. She sounds scared. Then he tried to go after Adam Schiff, who handed Trump his ass while leading the first impeachment hearing.
He's done what he's charged with. He withheld the money. He withheld the meeting. He used it to coerce Ukraine to do these political investigations. He covered it up. He obstructed us.
Wait, sorry. The second impeachment hearing.
President Trump can stand trial and be held to account for inciting insurrection against us.
No? First or second of which, I forgot which impeachment hearing. There are just so many. Anyway, when that didn't divert his base,
They have to go to the court and demand and unseal the sealed evidence in Epstein. It starts there.
and all of America asking about his best friend,
Bing.
the pedophile,
Bong.
and wanting to see the pedophile documents
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
that Trump had 1,000 FBI agents go through to scrub his name from. Well, when that came out, he posted an AI video of Obama getting roughed up and arrested in the White House. You know, like the leader of the free world and not a petulant fourth grader who will never be a tenth of the president, man, leader, singer, dancer, lawyer, or anything else B-Rock is. Bro, we miss you so much. When that video didn't divert the focus from Trump's best friend, the pedophile,
Bing.
he tried to force the NFL to change the name of the Commanders back to the Redskins. Yeah, the Redskins, you know, the racist slur people used in the 1800s to call the people they genocided.
You know, in the old days, bing, bong.
And when that didn't turn the unwashed masses from wondering why Trump was sued by a girl that says he raped her with his best friend, the pedophile,
Bing.
when she was 13, and since it's kind of embarrassing to be the president with a pedophile best friend, he again called in his supervillain squad to squash the constant attention that the president's best friend for 15 years was a pedophile
Bing.
sex trafficker. So, Cruella the shill said she had stuff about the fake 2020 Russia election hoax, and she had a smoking gun. She had files. Now, not the Epstein files, because that would probably prove that the president did the same things his pedophile best friend did.
Bing.
Did I mention that the pedophile said he was the president's best friend for 15 years?
That was close to straight.
Anyway, so she dropped a bomb. And she said that Barack Hussein Obama knew the Russia thing was a hoax and they had a memo, except that the Russia investigation, which was led by special counsel Robert Mueller, resulted in 34 people being indicted, people in the Trump campaign and numerous Russian nationals and entities. They were convicted for conspiracy against the United States of America, money laundering, and making false statements to investigators. Oh, and this.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails.
So, hoax is not the word. The word you're looking for about Russia fucking with our election is truth. And he asked for him to help.
I think you will probably be rewarded.
And it was proven in court 34 times that it happened. It's also the truth that the president of the United States was best friends with a pedophile sex trafficker for 15 years.
Bing, bing, bing,
and
bing,
he
bing.
did have 1,000 FBI agents go through all the Epstein files
Bing,
and
bing,
curate
bing.
documents
Just cleaning
that
up.
mention that the pedophile's best friend is our president.
Bing, 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 bing.
Have I mentioned that yet?
Bing.
Did I bring that up earlier?
Bong.
Sounds familiar.
Bing, that's
Holy
the end
shit.
of that. You know, it's the only thing he can say.
I believe there's a pedophile basement under a pizza parlor that Hillary's doing. Then there's not even a basement in the building. On top of that, you believe RFK is dead. That's fine. But you also believe that a microchip's being shot into you for a vaccine that's going to save your life. But you can't believe that the guy who hung out with a pedophile for 15 fucking years was also a pedophile? God, you people are stupid.
Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. We have actually dealt with housekeeping just now. And now we're going to start the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, with me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
It's funny to me to watch this man continue to hamana. And I hate that, guys. I hate that we did 3 in a row about the Epstein thing. But this week got really weird because he started to throw everything he can against the wall. Rosie O'Donnell. Then, do you see the video about Obama? We put it up a little bit. It's so brutal. That's the president. That's the fucking president of the United States, quote unquote.
The former president who won't talk like that about him.
No, but also who beat his ass on turning the economy around and pretty much on every aspect.
But think about it. Yes, we've never done 3 consecutive Armageddon updates about the same thing.
Right.
This is a good thing.
This
the story won't go away, and
It's
this is finally a good thing. So hopefully the next year will be all the same.
But you guys still have hope.
Oh, I know. I was going to say I have lost it. So, but here's what worries me. So, and I said it. I was ranting away. It hit me. I was going the Armageddon update. It's like, so you'll believe that there's a basement in a pizza parlor where there's no basement. You'll believe that that the government is, for no reason you can come up with, this shooting microchips into us with a vaccine. You also believe that horse dewormer will cure a disease that it won't cure. You'll also believe that JFK is coming back from the dead.
Earth is flat.
Earth is flat. Earth is flat, even though we have pictures from fucking space. We didn't go to space. The moon landing was faked. Oh, fuck. Okay. You believe all of it. All of it. There's a water car that runs on water. All of it. You believe all of it. However, you won't believe that the guy who was friends with a pedophile for 15 years, who we see him hitting on women with the pedophile, who he admits on tape that he basically walked into his Miss Teen USA to look at naked teenagers.
Yeah.
But you, and then we have him, then he buried his ex-wife in his backyard, only probably because he couldn't flush her, because she was too big to flush. And so there's all this evidence that points exactly.
Literal evidence.
Wants to date his daughter.
It's who we knew he was forever. It was the thing that he was proud of. That he was a womanizing, cheating,
abuser.
Sleazy whore.
Right.
That was his brand.
That was his brand.
He pours champagne on a Mercedes emblem at the beginning of a cheesy porno.
Yeah.
We have seen him with the porn stars and the Playboy girl.
He cheated on his wife with a porn star.
On all the wives.
All the wives, right. So so you can't seem to believe, you think that's the deep state.
And we've got I'm
going to finish talking.
Oh, I want to jump on this.
You
finish the evidence. There's so much evidence.
I have something. But you still believe that deep state is somehow mastermind hiding this guy. So you're saying that for 15 years, Donald Trump was like, man, Epstein, you have a lot of nieces.
Epstein said himself, the trafficking, abusing, rape monster said Trump has no moral compass.
Yeah. Ray said that and goes, wait. Ray's doing her makeup that morning. We're playing on the news and I'm in bed working on something. And she goes, wait, the sex trafficker said he doesn't have a moral compass.
He's a real piece of shit.
But that's what we have. So we have decades of evidence that that's who he was and who he was proud of being. We have video and photos at many different times of him with Epstein or Ghislaine. By the way, you pronounce it Ghislaine. I just watched her brother do an interview with Piers Morgan.
15 years later.
We have Epstein saying he was my best friend for over 10 years.
We have them partying with young girls.
We have no photos or pictures of Hillary doing anything to children. We have no photos or video of that basement that didn't exist. And somehow that's the narrative that they go with, the thing with zero evidence. And yet
It's
there's
definitely
piles and piles of evidence against him. And they're like, no, it wasn't him.
And they voted for him 3 times.
But one more thing is like, okay, so he said that, and we did it last week where he fumbles over. He goes, "This was set up by the deep state and by the Obama administration, Comey and Obama and Biden." Well, the Biden admitted, but so he starts to fumble. That's where he did hamana. So wait a minute. So you're telling me that instead of putting this evidence out when you are running against Hillary, instead of putting this evidence out when you were running against Biden, instead of putting this evidence out when you were running against Kamala, the masterminds of the DNC decided to just hold it off till after you were in president, and it totally basically butt raped the country. That's what you're saying. So their plan was to let you get in and then destroy you. That was your plan. Wow, because honestly, I'll stop being a Democrat if you can prove that's the plan. I will quit. Yeah. I'll go to Scientology if that was their plan. So. Now there's something else just happened, guys. We filmed this on shoot this usually on a Wednesday, and then that's why it's about 2 days. And this news cycle, 2 days after we've done all the editing and Ken's done some masterful stuff, and we've added jokes and made it funny. It's over. Everything's moving every 8 minutes. Yeah. So
except for this one,
something just got released. Wall Street Journal. Once again, I want to point something out to you guys. The Wall Street Journal is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox News. Right. Wall Street Journal came out today. Now, I think Fox News is definitely a propaganda arm, and that it did all they can to get Trump elected. However, the Wall Street Journal, for whatever reason, has some decent reporting. They found that not only was Trump told that his name were in the files repeatedly, but he flipped out. And there's something new. Just look up the news.
The Wall Street Journal report.
Yeah.
That they told him in May that he was in the Epstein
all
files.
Over him, yeah.
But we have him after May. We have him being asked by a reporter in June if he had been told he was in the files, and he said no. So there's another thing. There's evidence that he lied.
And denied it.
And
wait, Trump lies?
They still no. He doesn't lie. He's the truth teller. He says the truth.
He has an app. It's called Truth Social.
Oh, you're right.
So
God,
that makes it the truth.
But look, I mean, I said this to you today. Can't he? I mean, Obama could sue him for slander and libel. I mean, the stuff they yesterday, or was it today? It's all running together now. Did that briefing and said that Obama had committed heinous treason or something, but saying
he said
that
it was seditious
treason.
For what was the accusation?
The accusation was that there was an internal memo that says we can't tell people that the Russians haven't really. The memo said the Russians did influence the election. Yes. They did get involved with social media. It said they didn't, however, that they can detect sea change votes. However, due to our people at Election Truth Alliance who've looked at all the data, it's pretty obvious some votes were changed.
It has a tail. It has a name.
And actually, so let me ask you guys this. And you criminal mind, I'll ask criminal mind this over here. So let's say the Wall Street Journal does sue him. So he sues him. Doesn't he have to now? Can't the Wall Street Journal go, okay, we need to see all the Epstein files now?
Through discovery.
We need to see all of them now.
It's going to go away. I mean, he's not ever going to take this to court or settlement. This is just, it's what he does. He had to do this, and then he's going to quietly withdraw it in a few weeks when he hopes this all dies down.
And his people go, he sued the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
But they'll just forget because they forget everything.
And they'll go on vacation for 2 months and then just delay until it kind of, they figure out a way to get out of it.
So first of all, 211 Republicans voted to protect a pedophile. They voted to keep the vote.
Explain that to me, though. How are they justifying that?
They can't. They were told to by Trump, and they're just doing it. So if I'm running against any Republican this year, do you realize that how bad of a candidate you're going to have to be as a Democrat to fuck this up? I mean, it's going to be. So you got 211 Republicans voted to protect the pedophile, to not release the Epstein files. Then you have Mike Johnson. So then someone threw up there's a rule in the Congress. Someone threw up a non-binding agreement rule or whatever it's called, where basically they had to force a vote before they left, before they went to recess. And Mike Johnson said, we're leaving early. Everybody out. Out of the pool. Doors locked. Call on fire. Go fire.
So explain this to me, right? So we talked last week that there was, I think it was Thomas Massey, right? Was the only person that voted against the release of withholding the Epstein files. But Tim Burchett, who is being louder than any of them, he's the guy from Tennessee. He is the one that heads up the committee that decided they were going to subpoena Ghislaine. I know, I had to think. How did her brother say it? Ghislaine Maxwell. So why did he vote against releasing the files?
Because they all know that Trump's in it, and they all know that what happens now is that means. So I don't think there's any good move for them right now. Here's what I think. Because these guys all speak. They don't give a shit about us, by the way. Obviously, they live right. So they all got together and were like, "Hey, man, he's all over this. No shit, no shit. He was friends with the guy for 15 years. Okay, so how do we get out of this? Well, if they release the files, here's what happens. Then it's proven. Then not only do these guys get busted for that they knew Trump was in the files, and it's out now, and they supported this guy as president, which is probably more damaging than some little midnight vote where they just voted not to release him. That would probably, if it comes out, it takes down the entire Republican Party, because for the last 12 years, Republicans have said that Democrats were pedophiles. And we now have pretty much, let's say it's not all circumstantial because Trump was sued, but we can pretty much say that the pedophiles are pretty much, well, the majority of them are on the Republican side.
Can I just tell you this really quickly? I just like to pepper in depressing news. Republicans have pushed to name the Kennedy Center's Opera House after Melania Trump.
What? The immigrant who came here illegally?
Hey, Einstein visa. That's what they said.
Einstein the dog from Back to the Future.
But this is
the Republicans are protecting their party. They're protecting themselves because they're basically accomplices at this
problem
point.
Is at one point when you lose Bannon, they're losing big guys. They're losing some guys that really back them up, and the problem with that is it's going to confuse the dummies. And they're like, wait, Bannon doesn't like you anymore. So is it possible? And they said, well, he's maybe protecting everybody. And here's the news is obviously run by corporations now. There is no fucking news anymore. Yes. Today, Katie Tour, who said something, what did she say about that? She was hanging out with Rupert Murdoch. What exactly was this?
She let that slip. And you guys know I can't stand her. And I think she's partially responsible
100%.
For getting Trump reelected. Yeah. But just casually, she's on MSNBC and she's talking about she was at some event. A bunch of journalists were there at a golf course. Rupert Murdoch was there. And she's kind of casually says, oh, Trump pulled me to the side to tell me how excited he was that Murdoch had agreed to have dinner with him that night. And then she moved on. And I thought, why would Trump pull you, the MSNBC reporter, to the side to tell you how happy he is about something?
Like, how tight are you with Trump, Katie Tur?
Well, remember she went to Mar-a-Lago too, and we were all like, what? Yeah, she can.
And he is only transactional.
So, of course, the judge has said that Trump motions to unseal the grand jury transcripts are inadequate. It's just a red herring. He files, you have to show cause why they should be unsealed. And of course they didn't try very hard. And of course they knew that it wasn't going to happen. So now he can say, oh, I tried.
This is the grand jury stuff. So what
but you can release the files.
Did the ruling come down? Did the ruling come down?
Oh yeah, that happened already.
So I thought that was, so basically they said, they said we can't release it. No. They said you can't release the grand jury files. You can release the Epstein files. And this is where what I don't understand is how they keep getting away with it.
They control everything at this point. So.
Yeah. So why didn't Biden release him?
They're using it as a distraction now and saying, well, Biden didn't either. Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you, but
you can now.
Why didn't he? And somebody made a good point today, somebody I didn't like, and I hate it when that happens, that also Democrats in the Senate and the House were quiet. They didn't care about the Epstein files
because we knew he was never coming back. He fucked up the worst pandemic in 100 years. We knew damn well he was never going to be president again. Go ahead.
Me? Thank you. But for the greater good, it had nothing to do with Trump. For the greater good, wouldn't we want that to be unsealed, to find out who was being protected all that time? What rich and powerful men, because it's going to be all men.
And even if it's Democrats, I want to know.
Ghislaine.
I want to know if it's Democrats too.
I do too. And I've seen that. Have you seen those posts from people like on Threads where they're like, funny, you guys don't ever talk about this guy, and it's Bill Clinton. And we're like, no. We want him to go to prison too. If he raped little girls, bye.
He had an affair.
That's the difference with us and
the guys. You need to understand if you again, I think there should be a wet room off of any courtroom that pedophiles and murderers, they just walk in and you hear them muffled, and then
that kind of wet room.
Yeah, boom, thump. No, that's what I mean. Like where you just and then they
paint wall paint room.
And put the crematorium in the room. Just let it just. Sorry, guys. Sorry, it's a little loud.
You just walk into a needle.
So Florida got denied. It looks like the New York judges gave DOJ a week to try again and said that Maxwell and victims can weigh in by August 5th on unsealing the New York stuff.
So my question is this. Now, here's the creepiest thing. Here's the most mob shit I've heard. So they announced yesterday or the day before that someone from one of the committees is going to meet with Trump's ex-lawyer is going to go.
It's Todd Blanche.
Todd Blanche.
His personal lawyer.
His personal attorney is going to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell in prison.
To make a deal.
But
a
deal that she's already convicted.
He's
what
just going to go
fucking
talk
deal?
To her.
See if she wants to tell
He's
anything.
now the U.S. Deputy Attorney General. He was his private lawyer who, remember, was the note taker in the top secret documents case, and he actually had to submit his notes and testify against Trump for the grand jury. But it's his personal attorney.
You never send. It's like Trump himself or like JD Vance going in as like,
Ghislaine,
like the flood door, opens up and then like the biggest guy comes in, the mob boss comes in and goes, we're going to have a little talk.
Yeah. So you want to make a deal. So they're thinking that she's going to ask going to get a pardon.
She has signaled as much. Yes. And is appealing. And they've already said no, that they would not.
Why are we just so inundated with evil, man?
Seriously, for somebody who's she's already run cover for decades.
At the
protecting
heart of all
criminal.
of this is little girls being raped.
Right.
And it is crazy to me that the most effort I've seen made by any group of people ever is to cover that up.
Yep.
It makes me sick. Turns out, what QAnon people, you were right. There is a cabal, but it's not just Democrats. It's just a lot of people.
Well, what we don't have is we don't have a bunch of people coming out saying, I mean, we have testimony from Ghislaine Maxwell's trial where the girl said, no, it was them. They did it. They raped me. They groomed me. And what I don't understand is you just said something that really hit me. Why is it that we're not fucking serious about these little girls getting fucking raped?
No, and if the media calls them one more time underage women,
oh yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking children. Those are called children. Underage women.
And then they fucking double down. And then they use it as an excuse. They lie and gaslight. Mike Johnson is saying they're using it for spin and for cover to go, we don't want to re-victimize. Motherfucker, the DOJ with the dead attorney who Epstein's attorney just died. They got a sweetheart deal for him. That in turn gave him the fucking green light to keep doing it. You know,
Alex Acosta. Oh no, his first time.
They already let him keep doing it.
Guys, I don't know if you guys know about the whole Epstein history, the saga. We've only spent so many years on it, but basically, he got arrested in Florida, got convicted in Florida, and then he had his deal. We talked about it last week. I referenced it anyway. He had to do jail 12 hours a day in jail.
He got a non-prosecution agreement,
and then he got to leave for 12 hours. Then he had to check in at night.
He got a non-prosecution agreement.
Right.
Which she's appealing, saying that should cover her as well. Mm-hmm. Since when do we give non-prosecution agreements to child sex traffickers and then allow them
Florida.
to camp at
Florida.
jail?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Florida. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's the South.
Where we also have alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah. Florida's decided to just let, hey, if you got evil, bring it in. If you got some evil, bring it to Florida. Pedophiles, you only got to do half the time. You got to you make sure you show up for your nap time.
If you're rich,
you get you.
Rich
By the
evil.
way, you want to keep immigrants down here? Come on down. We got alligators and we got plenty of space.
This episode brought to you by CBDistillery, because you're going to need it, because it's great for stress and sleep and anxiety and pain, and those are all of the things that we live in right now. I think we all are probably pretty tired and stressed out right now and dealing with pain, and I don't like taking over-the-counter prescription medication all the time, and this is such a great answer to that, because I don't want a line of prescription bottles for the rest of my life. And they don't always work.
Or there's a side effect that'll bother you. However,
that you then need another pill.
Exactly. Yeah. My dad at one point had so much medication.
Yep.
But CBDistillery to keep you calm and anxiety, lessen your anxiety, so it may help you sleep better. It is
feel
it
more
can
relaxed,
confirm.
sleep better.
It can
ease
confirm.
Pain. Yep.
Yep.
All made with premium quality natural ingredients. They have all kinds of products. You should just go shop them, because each one will speak to part of your life right now. They have stress, sleep, pain after exercise. They even have CBD for pets if you have an anxious pet, like we have one of. Yeah. One of them, the one snoring right now.
He's not anxious right now.
He's fine. My favorite, I've told you guys, are those sleep gummies that they just launched, I think like 6 months ago, and they actually have THC and CBD in them. And it is a deep, solid sleep. Usually when I go to sleep, I wake up constantly.
And she had a Doors album playing on loop.
Break on through. Just through the door.
And that blended into a Pink Floyd album, and then she was fine. She woke up.
So if you're tired of being tired and stressed, or you just want to feel better in your body, it's awesome because there's no hangover. Check out CBD from CBDistillery. Right now, you can save 25% off your whole purchase. Go to CBDistillery. Use promo code Titus. That's CBDistillery.com. Promo code Titus. CBDistillery.com.
Bring up the Todd Blanche thing. What did he say? Why are they going? What are they saying? Because it's such an obvious mob thing. You know what we're going to go do? We're going to go talk. Hey, you guys say this pedophiles. You say my guy's a pedophile. We're going to go talk to the person that says that, knows all about it. Make sure that there's no pedophiles.
We're not going to talk to the victims.
We're
going to talk to the one
not,
that committed the crimes.
Right.
They're not actually talking about it at all. When he was asked about it yesterday, he goes, what was that? He's going to do what? Oh no, I haven't heard it. It's the worst acting ever.
Such a shitty actor.
Oh no, I don't focus on that, which is another dig at his people that care about it. No, I had no idea. But it sounds like it would be appropriate. That's what he said.
But Todd Blanche said something about it. There was an announcement made. What's the announcement about it? Why are they going to see Ghislaine Maxwell?
It was just said that he would be doing that in advance of her possibly testifying before Congress.
Why does she need to be talked to before testifying?
Her brother was on Piers Morgan. We just saw a clip of it today, and her brother's like, well, Trump is very nice to Ghislaine. He said that he wished her the best. He wished her well. Yeah, so he was nice to him. No one has shown her any kindness at all, but he did.
He's got guns pointed at him too.
Man, do you understand what the mob says? I wish you well. Do you understand what that means? Let's go to any Robert De Niro movie. I wish him well. George, how many times did Joe Pesci say it in Goodfellas? I wish him well. I wish him well. That fucking guy.
Oh, yeah. Her brother was clearly signaling to Trump.
Yep.
About
exactly.
That. So Todd Blanche filed to go see her This is in preparation of them seeking release of grand jury transcripts. So this all happened at the same time. In what appeared to be a clerical error, he did not list himself on the docket as the number 2 DOJ official.
Oops.
Instead, he left his private law firm address and information, the one that he
represented the president with.
Correct. He said, I don't know if he said this specifically, but he announced that he intends to personally meet with Miss Maxwell's lawyer to see what, if any, additional light she can shed on Mr. Epstein. At the meeting, he will obviously have to walk a line since he represented.
So after we've seen all the evidence, after we've done a trial that lasted for months, and after we put her in jail, we need to get to the bottom of this. Let's finally get to the heart of the matter. After she's already in jail and he's dead.
You said it's 20 years. Anything else? You got anything else?
Here's the other interesting thing that it's all like, what is James Comey's daughter, who you don't hear about because she didn't get where she was by being his daughter. No. She's a very reputable prosecutor.
Right.
She prosecuted Ghislaine and got this 20-year sentence, and Trump fired her last week.
Oh, yeah.
They just fired her unceremoniously, too. They just, all of a sudden, she just got fired. They gave no
Without
excuse,
cause.
no reason, without cause, which violates the law.
They
she
gave
can actually
a
go to court
reason.
now.
They said act something or other, but it
she
didn't apply.
She prosecuted Ghislaine.
So why wouldn't you want to keep her?
Especially if you want to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't we keep the person that has all the evidence? And like, no, let's fire them. Why? No, we need to. But you said we need to know.
This is the fall of Rome, just in slow motion, like
with
on
stupid
TV.
people, with the Three Stooges. It's like the lamest shit ever. You know, a part of me almost wishes they would just go full out and just start swinging bats at everybody. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah. But it's just like weird. Nothing matches. They're saying one thing and doing something else, or they're doing the opposite of what it's the crazy.
They would have like a pay-per-view of like the stabbing of who got stabbed by all the senators.
So he's meeting with
Caesar.
her lawyer. Yeah. She's currently appealing. Simultaneously, we talked about this last week. The DOJ urged the Supreme Court to reject her appeal.
Which, again, it doesn't match again.
Comey's fired. It's like
none
all
of it matches.
In preparation for this meeting, Todd Blanche has agreed to allow her attorney, Mr. Marcus, to review the grand jury transcripts in question, which Marcus claims in court papers that he filed this week had never been provided to the defense entirely. This is a pretty unorthodox move, given that the transcripts could contain information that would be useful to Maxwell in pursuing. Oh, Maxwell. I don't know why they. Yeah. What? So now they're going to help her with her appeal, but then they told the Supreme Court not to
give her an
but
appeal.
Then they fired the prosecutor.
So what happens if Trump gives her a pardon? I mean, I just don't know what happens politically. What happens? That's the crazy shit. But then again, he said we're not going to have another election anyway. He said, "Vote for me this time. We'll never have to do it again. We will never. You will not. It'll be beautiful. You'll never have to. We'll fix it all."
I don't need your votes.
He said that. I'm confused. I'm confused. That's not the first time I've said that, but this really. So wait. Okay. So they fired the person that had all the evidence and knew exactly what Epstein did. Of course they would fire her. Why not? Because she couldn't, even if she knew that Trump's involved in it, she couldn't say anything about it because she's fired, right?
And so
she's on the case.
Well, now I would think that she wouldn't be, ethically, she would be bound by confidentiality. But now, if she never wanted to be a lawyer again anywhere, but she's not. She doesn't work for the government anymore.
Exactly. So they're trying to manage this and try to rewrite everything, and everyone who was involved in the past.
But no one sat down and control them. They're reacting as it goes. No one's going stop. Can we get a fucking plan, guys?
That's like because it's not going away. They're all just like fuck. Who else?
Shit. They thought the Rosie O'Donnell thing was going to make it go away. Mm-hmm. So I love that Trump he's got these standbys. Rosie O'Donnell, I'm surprised he didn't go after Kathy Griffin.
In case of emergency,
Kathy was worried that they were going to go after her. Kathy said, I texted Kathy and she said, she goes, I just asked her how she's doing. And she's like, she goes, well, watching Rosie, just waiting for them to turn it on me. And so there's that. Then he goes after Schiff. That doesn't land. Schiff come back. Here's the guys, you're going to need to learn something. All you fucking people that kowtowed to this guy, learn that anytime someone hits hard back, he shuts up. Rosie O'Donnell hit him hard. Shut up.
Yeah, take note.
Adam Schiff was like, fuck this guy. Go after me. He shut up. He moved on. Gavin Newsom. He never brings
He's
up
a
Newsom.
fucking pussy.
Even more evidence here.
Yeah.
This was in 2002. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
Yeah.
He had a falling out. Those are his words in the mid 2000s with Epstein, but says why doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does, since he's the most notorious child sex trafficking pedophile ever.
So there was a deal. Okay, so it wasn't about that. If I remember correctly, look this up. There was a deal. Okay, there was a plot of land for sale to the ocean. And Epstein wanted it and Trump wanted it, and they bid on it. They went after each other on this piece of land right near Mar-a-Lago, or it was Mar-a-Lago. Also, if you look up how Mar-a-Lago was purchased, Mar-a-Lago was supposedly worth like 13 million.
Yep.
And a Russian guy came in and bought it for 35, then sold it for Trump for like 18. You look at those aren't the right numbers.
Like a money laundering thing.
It's totally. Yeah. But if you go back to the 80s, though. People that owned Trump's apartments in his buildings were Russians. It was Russians.
Yeah.
It was Russians. That's how he ended up going in 1987 to see Putin. That's how he ended up getting the Miss Teen USA or the Miss America pageant, whatever it was.
He's a mark. He's a Russian asset.
100%.
Epstein, so Trump has filed to stop Michael Wolff from releasing any more tapes. But Epstein, in these tapes, describes Donald Trump as his closest friend. You talked about that one. Claimed intimate knowledge of his proclivity for sex, and including cuckolding his best friends. Epstein said that Trump and his now wife, Melania, the lovely first lady.
What does cuckolding mean?
First, sleeping with their wives. The first time he slept with her was on my plane. The Lolita Express. So Trump banged Melania on the Lolita Express for the first time. That's beautiful. I mean, just a long line of elegant.
It's almost
and
like
dignified
Hallmark
first
cards.
ladies.
It's like Hallmark card after Hallmark card after Hallmark card.
Trump calls the tapes release false smears, except it's audio of an interview. So it's not a false smear.
It's not smear if it's actually
he
Jeffrey Epstein
election
talking.
interference. Yeah.
What is
Epstein said that while we were friends, Trump was at heart a friendless man, which is true, incapable of kindness. He also alleges that Trump had undergone scalp reduction surgery for baldness and would often refer to himself as the Trumpster.
Wow.
So he's a pedophile also, but he's also kind of just
wasn't that shitty character Rob Schneider did? The Trumpster.
He says Trump was charming and always fun, an extraordinary salesman. Epstein said he was personally in favor of Trump's policies on the, quote, transgender stuff, but he said Trump was a serial cheater in his marriages and loved to fuck the wives of his best friends.
So I love that the one guy with integrity in all this is Jeffrey Epstein. The one guy who's being honest and saying what this guy, friendless. By the way, friendless, no dog. His kids fucking hate his guts. Tiffany doesn't talk to him.
At this point, Wolf says, how do you know all this? And he said, I was his closest friend for over 10 years.
Ivanka and you haven't heard anything from Ivanka and Jared. Nothing. They are out of the picture. So you've got a friendless douchebag who basically, and what always bothers me, and Elon Musk lost how many billions of dollars because of this dick? But Elon Musk being a dick too. I mean, you know, dicks it was a gaggle of dicks, small dicks. And he lost 260 getting elected. If he did, if according to the Election Truth Alliance, if those numbers are right, and it does show a 1.2 trillion chance that he could have won all 7 swing states, that means that's like the Kennedy assassination. It's either going to be drugged through the thing. And if the Rockland County thing goes, there's a case in Rockland County, people were basically, they found that was one vote. I know, but we always got to remind people, not one vote for Kamala Harris. And yet all the down ballot Dems won.
Yep.
So what? Okay.
So about that property thing, I can't find anything about that.
Sure, it's been
in
scrubbed.
the story about Michael Wolff releasing these tapes, he apparently has like 20 something hours of tapes.
If
sources in Trump camp are saying, it's widely known, it's not, that Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago when he learned about the sex trafficking allegations.
But he knew him for 15 years. Again,
yeah, exactly.
You have a lot of nieces.
From the guy who...
I'm sorry. Wolf says he has up to 100 hours of recordings of Epstein.
I have a question. This is a simple question. This is a simple question to all you maggots out there. Everybody who supports this man and for some reason still comments and watches this podcast. Always funny. It's always funny. But the bots are always like, okay, so all right. So question. This question. If you are innocent, if you did nothing, if you were not a pedophile, if you were not part of the pedophile ring, wouldn't you go, here is everything. Here's all of it. Take it all. Every piece we have. Here's the rest of it. Take this. Here you go. Take this too. Take it. Look at it all. See?
If Obama did it, wouldn't he be like, put this out now?
I said. That's what I told Ray this morning. I go, wouldn't he have already released if Clinton was on it?
He would have ran on that.
Not if he's all over it too, though. Which may have been his intent, because we now know they pulled 1,000 FBI agents to review the mountains of Epstein files and documents to red flag everywhere his name is mentioned. Now, how many times do you think you were mentioned if you pulled 1,000 FBI agents and women? Women can be in the FBI too.
Oh, that's what I meant. I was sorry. I was trying to be sexist and misogynistic. I apologize.
Well, but not now.
No,
they're not allowed now. They've all been fired.
Yeah,
it is men. It's all white men.
So there's that chick whose name I forget that did Mueller, she wrote handle on Twitter. She was really we've watched a lot of her stuff during the Mueller investigation, which today I was like, oh my God, do you remember that? We went through that and then just waiting and indictments came out and he went every day to a press conference and just trashed Bob Mueller, which was crazy too. And now we're here again. I can't believe
Manafort went to jail.
A lot of people got
34 different indictments.
But
it wasn't fake. It wasn't fake news.
So
it wasn't deep
she's
state.
now saying to people, that FBI analysts that were pulled to do that job, she's asking them to reach out to her and she will keep their identities anonymous. And so some have. And I read a post that she did yesterday. She wrote an article and said that they thought that this heavily redacted, scrubbed version of the files was going to be released. And that's what they were working day and night for.
To take his name out of it.
Yes. She has also found out that they kept all the files on a main server because they wanted people, it's 24 hours a day working from home, working. Right. And so now it hasn't been kept as much on lockdown as they initially thought. But then, some of these FBI analysts said that they were shocked when that weird leaked memo came out and said there's nothing more. Because there's so much that they had 1,000.
There's 1,000 of us. There's 1,000 of us. We're all going to meet in a theater so they can keep us under wraps. But there's 1,000 of us that saw it. We read it. I have a question for all these law enforcement, and this goes from ICE all the way across the board. If you read 1,000, you had 1,000 dudes with you going through 1 million files, and you kept reading this major trafficking pedophile, his best friend, the president, is getting named by witnesses and getting named by that he was with him all the time and that he flew on the jet and that he was there 7 times. And if you read all that, how do you keep that shit quiet as a human being with morality? How do you have any morality by letting us continue to have this asshole as president? How do you keep quiet? How do you ICE agents go in and violate everybody's rights and yanking people off the streets with not due process? How do you call yourselves Americans? How do you sit there and go, no, I believe in my country, but I'm going to violate every fucking law, every basically tenet that the country is built upon, but I believe in my country? Go fuck yourself.
It feels like the ICE agents type of thing, where it's so first on the surface, we have the money to hire 1,000 FBI agents just for this. Yeah. Let's take them off of other cases and put them on this fucking thing.
Right.
And
they did the same with ICE and
the agents are going, well, we're performing this thing, but is this legal? But then their bosses are saying it's legal.
Kash Patel, their boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that Kash Patel? What's he doing? He's making them take lie detector tests at the FBI to find out if they've spoken negatively about him.
What?
Yeah, this is Russian shit. Kash Patel. So the reporters have asked Kash Patel and the FBI, what were you doing with these 1,000 agents? And the FBI has refused to comment.
The FBI is now using polygraphs to test officials' loyalty under Kash Patel.
Wow. I would just say go fuck
Test
yourself.
Staff loyalty. And people are specifically asked if they have spoken out about if they've been mean about him. He says he's trying to root out anyone who's talking trash.
This is pure Nazi shit. This is literally pure Nazi holy shit. Are you talking about the dear leader?
He's keeping tabs on his own people and trying to get rid of leaks, apparently. So periodically, if you come into your job at the FBI, you might be subjected to a lie detector test.
It's also like fucking petty middle school bullshit.
But the funny thing is, he's not asking them like, did you, speak to anyone in Russia today? Right. It's no. Have you said anything about me? Not even Trump. He's not even asking about Trump. It's kind of crazy.
It's illegal. You can't even do that. You couldn't even sit me down. I'd say, I ask me a question. Here's me and the FBI.
Agents have expressed concern that they're at risk of losing their jobs if they don't do the test, or if they're found to have said anything even remotely critical about Patel or Bongo.
Mr. Titus, have you ever made fun of my eyeball?
Go fuck yourself.
What?
Go fuck yourself. Boo! Yeah, just like,
what's the sound?
The needle just sticks.
Yeah, just like
no, he's not lying. He's angry. He's really angry.
He threw the machine.
I just don't understand how we have a bunch of Fox hosts and podcasters running our national intelligence.
Right.
It's pretty freaking terrifying.
But also, so here's, again, as I've been saying for the last couple months, it's going to get worse before it gets worse. But the good news about this, if you know history again, is that the group of people he currently has running shit is so inept. Yeah. And what you said, is everybody that afraid? Is that why people aren't coming forward? Because at one point, you have to accept that it's going to work out. Life will work out. Just do the right thing. That's what I have found in my life. If you do the right thing, sure, there's a beat where it's like, oh, this sucks. And then you end up being the hero because you actually did the right thing. What I don't understand is how, again, I'll say it again, how are all you agents and all you people that know what a fuck this guy is, how are you staying quiet? How are you living with yourselves on a day-to-day basis?
They might be under threat. They might be feeling
it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Threat of what?
Their life, their family.
Children raped.
Yes, it's
not
kids,
underage women.
Not underage women. Children got raped and molested, and you're keeping it quiet? Fuck you.
And Mike Johnson is sending everybody home to avoid
the vote.
Yeah.
So
crazy. This episode brought to you by HelloFresh.
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 It's summertime. It's a great time. Never a bad time for HelloFresh, but summertime you don't want to be in the kitchen as much. You want to be outside, hanging out by the pool.
Drinking wine by the pool. Hell to the yeah.
And this does that for you. You don't have to be in the kitchen forever, nor do you have to think about what you're going to make, which is my all-time favorite part of HelloFresh. That and not having to leave the house.
I am so trusting now. When those bags show up, I don't even worry what's in them anymore. I used to be like, what's this? Yep. And I'd read it. Now
you were a little judgy at first.
Not judgy, just wanted to see what we're having. And now everything has been so good. I'd be like, yeah, whatever that is. Just cook that out.
Instead of saying the name, like steak, and green beans and this, I'll just say HelloFresh, and he's like, sweet.
Yeah.
You love HelloFresh too. You do what we do,
Yes.
because you can choose what you want. So we do 4 people 3 times a week, and clearly there's 2 and Uno, and he
eats it all at one sitting. I save it to the next morning.
You sometimes do, not always.
Depending on what it is.
I like it because I then will take it, because it's like a full, beautiful meal. And a lot of times it's like your protein with a vegetable and a carb. And so I will then arrange my serving in a Tupperware thing just like that and put it in the fridge. And then I have that awesome
For lunch,
meal
right.
for the next day for lunch. And it is always good.
By the way, that's a little HelloFresh hack. Is that what you do when you do this, people, when you order the 4 servings, if it's only 2 people, is that you basically only have to cook it once. You have to prepare it one time. But yeah,
that's
because
why
meal prep
that's
is
why I do that. Yeah.
It's sent to you almost like in a meal prepped way.
Mhm. Yep.
Like it's all like proportioned out. So
Yep.
it's really easy for meal prepping. They also give you like little magical extras that you
Yep.
don't know are coming.
Yeah.
And I also eat those in the same night.
That he's
Oh yeah, because now they have this was when we first started with HelloFresh, they didn't have this. Now they have a pantry. They have over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, dessert, treat things, little breakfast things for grab and go, like the egg bites.
Those are good.
Oh, what about those bagel things that you can bake? Did you have those?
Mm-mm.
Those are so good. They also have like garlic bread now as a side. So you can go in every week and choose what you want, or HelloFresh will choose it for you. And you can't go wrong either way. I've forgotten to choose before, and we now have meals that we make all the time that were one of those surprise meals. They have prep and bake now. They have ready-made meals. What? They have meals already made. You can just heat up and it's ready to go. Plus those 100+ market items. So comes to your doorstep. You don't have to go to the grocery store. Make your summer enjoyable and delicious by signing up for HelloFresh at HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM. And then you'll get 10 free meals and a free item for life in the box. That's HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM for 10 free meals and a free item in every box.
delicious is never wrong.
HelloFresh.com/Titus10.
1
1 per box.
There's also
with an active subscription. Free meals are applied as a discount on the first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
You know the weird. We keep talking about this child traffic sex ring. The guy's dead. It's obviously not going on now. We want the president to go down for it. I want anybody who's involved in raping kids needs to go down. Period. It's not even. It's like such a base level thing, humanity thing to say. But there's other stuff going on in the world now. We got Israel is still bombing Gaza. We've got Russia. We've got Russia and Ukraine still fighting. I heard Zelensky wanted to actually sit down and go, can we have peace talks now?
But he's demanding a ceasefire before they sit down for peace talks. Putin is demanding the talks
before
no ceasefire. Yeah.
Of course.
I don't, man. Is this just humanity? Are we just this? Because honestly, you think we learn? I'm doing this bit in my new show. By the way, guys, I'm going to be in Nashville at Zany's for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday, 1 show each night, and then I'll be in Huntsville, Alabama, coming up on the first, second, and third. Stand up live at Huntsville. Go see the new show. Doomed to Repeat. I'm doing this new bit called the Fifth Generation Problem, and the whole premise of the bit is that if we don't keep passing on our monkey brain douchebaggery to the next generation, we do it again.
Well, and we thought we were doing that.
No, disco was the break. That's where we were up till disco.
Right,
Nixon, we're like, oh my God. And then we were like, let's dance. And then it went away. Then we lost all.
What? Disco is like, what happened?
That broke everyone's brain.
And
then Reagan got in.
Disco changed. It made us all forget about Vietnam. There was a whole era of it.
Was it a good thing when it first started?
It was never a good thing. I don't think it was.
I feel like there was some
Coke.
sort of massive break, and there was an anger thing, and it ruined the Bee Gees' career. They were touring, and then a radio DJ did something.
There was a backlash. Rick Dees did a thing called Disco Sucks and put it out. There was a backlash. Well, you got to remember, you had the 70s, right? You had the 70s had the best rock of all time in the 70s.
That's how great it was in the
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
Death to disco was like the biggest thing.
Yeah, and then who are the Eagles? Who are the biggest
Led Zeppelin.
Of all? Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones.
There's so many.
I mean,
So we went from that
the
to
legends to it was just the beat, and so it became so repetitive. I think people, it was last dance for love, and then it got goofy. YMCA, which is so fucking like literally the Village People were almost on the ragged edge of like a circus band.
So
like
they're ending the world
fun
twice.
of it. Yeah. So
I mean, honestly, though, if you listen to what was when I had it, a 2-disc compilation of Casey and the Sunshine Band, it really doesn't get any better than that.
no,
That
it
was
doesn't.
Pretty
Casey and the
incredible.
Band, no.
My mom actually, my
And he must-
nickname was Boogie Shoes when I was little. She would always sing that to me. And in fact, yesterday, my sister texted me the YouTube video to Boogie Shoes. Because that was my name.
But even those songs were, it went from rock and roll, which is
I get that.
about Vietnam, you know, I mean, you Creedence Clearwater into the points, you know. And by the way,
Neil
I
Young.
think the reaction to disco, I think the equivalent to disco in the rock world was the hair bands of the 80s. Because they were just meaningless.
Really bad.
They were meaningless.
Yep.
So we had the serious coming out of Vietnam. You had these rock stars that did some shit, and you had again Pink Floyd. You had all these great bands, The Who, you know, saying some shit, and then you get the disco, and then again the hair bands countered disco. It was like the rock side of disco. So we went through really a bad. And I remember when I first heard Nirvana, I thought, oh God, we're out of this.
It's weird. It also lined up with the cocaine era.
Oh yeah,
when cocaine came
right.
in,
Yeah.
disco.
That's why I do
and
that
it
bit.
really ramped up with the hairband. You know, drug use.
Yeah.
I get that. Though I remember those 80s, all that 80s, the who's that guy? Yacht Rock. It's been repackaged as Yacht Rock. Michael McDonald, is that his name?
Well, that was we've always said that. But that was also
that guy.
then
Like,
the nice-
what is that shit?
Line.
And then
Ugh.
and like Jen, they all want to go to Yacht Rock shit, and I'm like, no, we're gonna put on a little yachting hat and go listen to seriously shitty music that didn't do well then, and now you've repackaged it as something that it's not. None of you guys have yachts. None of the people in the audience have yachts.
They have boat shoes.
They wear those stupid hats. Jen actually bedazzled hers, and she'll always be like, hey, we're going. Oh no, you don't want to. No, I don't want to go to that shit. But I get that. And then when Pearl Jam Alive and Nirvana hit, I remembered that was momentous. That was crazy.
We can't mention 70s rock
Didn't
without.
Green Day come out around the right time too? Right.
Who did?
Green Day
Yeah.
dropped.
Well, Green
Early
Day
90s.
had already had
And they were right at
their
the same
first album before Dookie. That was amazing.
That's a good album.
And I
Yeah, the
already,
first, like, two albums.
it's like, I forget the name of it, but it was
They
like
were like
Slap,
12. They were literally
Slap
kids.
Happy Hour, something Slap Happy Hours. I'll find it. But anyway.
So you got that. So
Okay.
before those three bands, and then you also had who also your favorite
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing
I
Pumpkins
love
also.
them
That
too.
whole era was awesome.
Can we just
Yep.
have a moment of silence, guys?
Prior to
Ozzy
that,
Osbourne just died.
yeah, he did.
I mean, I'm okay.
Black Sabbath. Come on, 70s.
You know what I love that
I
he
was
did? 'Cause
terrified
we
of
were
him.
talking about how, and he's obviously just a goofball because we saw the reality show. But he just did that concert like 9 days ago, where he
Was he
raised
sitting down?
$190 million for Parkinson's research, and then he died 6 days later.
If you're doing a show and you're sitting,
and a throne.
it's yeah.
Okay,
It's-
Green Day
starts to
second.
start
He
to
oh,
stopped all his pain medication so he could sing.
It was 39 Smooth, and then Kerplunk, and then Dookie. Yeah, I used to have nightmares about Ozzy Osbourne. He scared me so badly, like the bat thing.
yeah.
It was just
Did he do drugs? Was he into drugs? I just wanted to.
There's a picture she shows me today. So Andy Rivers, little Andy Rivers,
Andy.
my missing son.
We've had him on here. He's a comic.
He's very, very funny comic. And his dad was a big radio DJ in Seattle, and he used to invite the rock stars over. One time, Ozzy Osbourne came over to his house. There's pictures of Andrew Rivers. He posted them today. Go to Andrew Rivers on Threads, and it's basically
It's little Andrew in a baseball outfit.
it looks just like him. Face looks exactly the
Yeah.
same. And he's with Ozzy Osbourne, and behind the tinted
I
glasses.
zoomed in to make him look at it.
Ozzy, his pupils.
I'll put it. Yeah.
He's
It
like,
is-
it's crazy.
So he's got the brown glasses.
Well, no, I'm not on anything. Everything's fine.
Ozzy,
I like Andrew Rivers' voice.
Andrew said he's actually gentle and sweet and humble. And I go, I need you to look at this picture because this is the shit that I had nightmares about when I was little. He has on the round glasses and little Andrew in his baseball outfit and his little brother. And if you zoom in behind those purple glasses, is that
and he's grinding. He's like,
Oy.
he's grinding his teeth. I'm like, I would not have my kids hanging out right
Powdered?
here.
Oh, just like powdered donut?
I think he was on something else because he was like,
Ew. His eyes were coming out.
I mean,
of
it was
his skull.
this big. It was crazy.
I can't. Stresses
So
me
rest in
out.
peace, Ozzy. And we used to. So I tweeted something out. So we. A guy named Tony and I went to school with. We were working at Lou Gorham's Chevron station, and that album Blizzard of Oz had come
This
out.
was the station you set fire to.
No, we didn't set fire to the station. We set fire to a person's car.
At the station.
Yeah,
That makes it so
she
much
made
better.
It home. No, she made it home. It was she
That's
made it
so
home.
much better.
Yeah,
On the police report,
Well, you
make
want
it
to burn
clear.
down a gas station?
They-
burn down a
okay.
gas station. We'd have heard about it.
So you did something to her car.
No, we didn't mean to do something to her car. We
That's
left.
not what I asked. I
We-
said, did you do something to
We
her?
inadvertently,
Lie detector.
we inadvertently left the cap off, gave her a quart of oil, and then I don't know. We never figured who it was. It was either me or Tony. Didn't put the cap back on, and by the time she got home, the oil had come out of the cap and it caught fire, and her car burned down in her driveway.
You Walter White'd her
and
car?
I've said this before. We're at like 16 or whatever, and all of a sudden this giant fire truck pulls in with the lady in it. And you know what? When it's a lady, you remember because you helped her because you're trying to be helpful, and she's in the fire truck. We were like, you just instantly knew that. Oh shit!
Did we?
So
Also, another time,
did it burn down her car?
her car burned down in her driveway. Yeah,
Did you guys get in trouble?
we got in trouble. We got called in by Lou Gorham. Lou Gorham was.
Did you lose your job?
Was that the time we lost her? Yeah, no, that was, we finally lost it because there was one other thing that let us get away with. Tony was at a pump talking to a buddy of his, and they were talking in the car, and the pump was still in the guy's car, and Tony's like, later! And the guy drove off, and boom, and gas was shooting across the islands. And I remember running in, and because we had a shut-off valve, and I was like, where's the shut-off valve? Because I remember they told me, and I found it, we turned it off. But yeah, that was
usually,
and we had to
pretty
shut
easy
down the
find.
entire
It's
gas
a big
station.
red button. I see them at gas stations.
We had to shut down the whole gas station, and Lou came in, and he's like, well, this happens. And then when we burned that lady's car down, he goes, you guys are fired.
Sometimes I come in here and I smell fuel in here. Sometimes. Now I feel much less safe.
Yeah, you should.
Not anymore.
You should.
Not anymore. I fixed it.
No, not anymore.
When we first started dating and this was, were we dating and I was visiting? No, I had moved out here.
Right.
And he scares me a lot period. And when he drives. And and shout out to Kenny. And I was like freaked out by something, and he puts the car in reverse. He's backing into our driveway to park, and he goes, hey, I know where all four wheels are at all times. Bam! Right into the garage door.
Literally, the timing was Buster Keaton level. It was like, she's like, you drive kind of crazy. I don't know. I know where all four wheels are all the time. Bang! Off.
But you didn't hit it with the wheels. You hit it with
We
the bumper.
laughed so hard. I think you said, and right now they're in our garage door or something. Like this episode brought to you by Helix. Helix Sleep.
Yes.
These
I was looking at
mattresses.
that thing this morning, actually.
Right, you did.
Me too.
Actually.
Not the same one, but me too.
This mattress is different than other mattresses that we have purchased that are the ones that explode, when because it comes to your house, it's in a box, you open it up. This one.
It comes to the house in a package like that, and when you take the lid off, it goes blam, and it turns into
This was one thing I really noticed that I thought was interesting. So this mattress now is just the top mattress. It's probably, wouldn't you say, about that tall? Yeah. And this much on top. They have it's a zipper top, and then you open the second package that explodes, and it's a memory foam insert that you then zips
into the top. Yeah.
It's super high end, really well made, really luxurious mattress line. So you can go online on their website and you can put in all things about you. Are you a side sleeper? Do you sleep with someone? Are you a hoe? No, you can't.
Are
but
you a what?
Ho.
like, yeah. And you answer all these questions, snoring, everything. And then it tells you because they have a bunch of different options. And I have to look at ours, but I want to say we were something like the Twilight Lux or something like that. But you'll find out what you are. And then you can compare, put them side by side. So we got this mattress and
Lux is the word. It's Lux.
It is a whole other level of mattresses.
Especially for what they cost.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The prices are competitive.
Prices are,
and
Seriously.
it's the best sleep I've ever had is with this mattress.
That's because you
and
were
I've had
sleeping
other
on a concrete
Yeah, but
block.
exactly.
Yeah,
You slept as
that's
if
true.
you
I
were
was
in
on
a
a bench.
prison, but it's still a good mattress. I can back up that I said,
He is in prison of sorts.
I'm ready for my pardon.
Ladies.
What's that Dustin Hoffman movie with Steve McQueen where they're on the island? When that's
On the
what
island?
Yeah, I was just thinking that's how you lived your life for a long time.
So
Like Deer Hunter.
you can actually track how well your sleep improves. That you can check it with the Oura Ring or the Apple Watch and stuff like that. But this is going to make a massive difference in motion transfer if you sleep with somebody who is like
Doing acrobats in the midnight.
You roll over, move all the time.
You
You never stop moving.
when you're not there and I wake up,
Bright-eyed and
I get
bushy-tailed.
out of bed and I just go like this with the cover, and it looks like nobody was there. When he's there, it's like covers are all on the floor
I got
on
these
one
two idiots.
side.
I'm sitting there trying to sleep, and I'm in the middle, and like,
Oh, that's gross.
and Grouch is like, "Can I get in the bed now?" I'm like, "You're in the bed. Give me."
He wants Dad to open the covers.
It's
I'll watch it because I don't.
nonstop.
If I'm awake, I will see this happen like every 20 minutes.
Yep.
I'll hear, and it's always him right next to his head. And in his sleep, I will watch him with a sleep mask on, lift up the covers. Groucho goes in, he drops them, goes back to sleep. 15 minutes later, Groucho's hot. He comes out. I see him lift the covers, close it.
God.
15 minutes later.
Yep.
So this
I'm
will help
crazy.
you get great
I
sleep
had
in between.
No sleep in 15 years.
Exactly. Since we've had Yorkies, which has been since I was 17. Back pain, massive difference. Night sweats, massive difference. This is going to help solve all of those issues. Go to helixsleep.com/Titus. You are going to get right now, this is going on through July 31st, 27% off site-wide. It's exclusive for you guys that listen to the Titus podcast. That is helixsleep.com/Titus. Make sure at the end, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Same deal we always tell you. Tell them Titus podcast because it lets them know that you guys are actually listening to us. helixsleep.com/Titus.
Is our prices up or down? I keep hearing this.
For
Trump.
what?
Trump came out this week and he said, "I'm at a 90% favorable rating." And I looked it up, and he's literally at minus. He's like it's a minus 60, minus 56.
What? His polling numbers?
Yeah, I don't understand
I
how
thought
the
he
guy
was 42% or something last week.
approval. Yeah, he said 90% approval.
But also, how though? Does he have 40-something%? That's why I was like, what?
Because we live in a very dumb society.
Yes.
I listened to Dean Wilkins, that kid, and he has people on interviews, and there's some like literally, as you hear them talk, you realize you don't know anything. You want to argue. Why are another thing I want to ask? Oh God, the thing with Mehdi Hassan. Did you guys see it? Go to YouTube. Mehdi Hassan. It's called Surrounded. Surrounded by 20. Oh my God! Did you watch any of
No, I
this?
didn't watch it.
Holy shit! I
Polling numbers
watched.
nearing lowest point this term, but still.
I've
41.1. Go on.
I've watched. So he said it was 90. He said his
41.1.
approval was 90%. Okay. So Mehdi Hassan goes on with these 20 conservative college students. And I got to tell you, I have never seen a dumber group. Mm-hmm. They didn't know what they were talking about. It wasn't, listen, if you're going to be a conservative and you can argue, and I see you're smart and you're, whatever it is, but they didn't know about policy. They didn't know about history. They didn't know, they were ignorant. They didn't understand how the Constitution worked. One guy, this douchebag, he actually since lost his job, actually. he goes, I'm a fascist, straight up. I'm a fascist. He goes, Nazis. What do the Nazis do? What do the Nazis do? He's doing shit like that.
God.
And then he goes, and so Mehdi Hassan goes, okay, wait. So you want autocracy? Yes. Well, yeah. Democracy doesn't work. And he goes, well, how do we get autocracy? He goes, we got to vote it in. And I just was like, you just said you didn't want democracy. And he goes, yeah, well, after that, we won't have to have it. So wait, so you want to use democracy to get autocracy? What the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, what bothers me the most about it is there is a bunch of people out there that are this stupid and think that their stupidity is equal to my intelligence. They think that their stupidity is equal to me actually spending time to learn shit, to understand. And they're just, I get my opinion too. You know, you don't. Not if it's fucking wrong.
It's weird because they have the wherewithal, big word, smart, that to even choose a side or say, I'm a conservative. Like you have to, just to get to that level, you have to have some understanding of what a conservative is and what their ideology is.
Right.
So then if you understand that part, but then you don't understand what a fascist is, you don't understand what the Nazis did?
Well, the scary thing is that if you can easily jump from conservatism to fascism, maybe we should double check conservatism.
We're there.
Yeah. Maybe we should go, hey, maybe that's not the best idea.
Yeah, it's the same with the other countries.
Especially when you look at the facts that every democratic regime has increased the GDP and has bailed out every fucking Republican administration.
The last 3 wars were started under the last 3 presidents,
right?
Republican presidents.
Yes,
it's just so depressing.
It is.
He's actually, you look at the people that they are deporting, and they just gave a $245 million contract to build out Alligator Alcatraz, which I don't even.
Alligator Auschwitz.
Yeah,
can we just call it Alligator Auschwitz?
It's like they're trying to make it sound cute. It's just not.
It's not
cute, but they're trying to deport a chaplain from a children's hospital back to Egypt, where he will be killed. He sought asylum legally, but
this is
a chaplain.
This is where the bullshit lies, and the bullshit on the right is so deep, and the hypocrisy is so pure. Like I've never seen, like some people with hypocrisy. There's a gray area. These fuckers, there's no gray area. We want legal immigration. Okay, so let's go to courthouses where people are trying to get legal immigration and arrest them there. I thought you said you wanted illegal immigration. Fuck it. We just want to get them out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because you now have, who is it?
But they're lying. It's a lie.
Scalise and Chip Roy, who are begging him to pull back on this immigration shit. Probably because they're looking at possibly not being reelected.
100%.
Plus, it's blatantly unlawful, a lot of the things that they're doing. But it looks like a few of these Republicans, Scalise and Chip Roy, that's Louisiana and Texas, they backed his anti-immigrant agenda, but now they're begging for leniency.
I love it that they want their state. Yeah, fuck
for
all
their
those other
people,
states.
yeah.
By the way, because we need to pick food in because our farmers are hurting, because our factories are hurting, because our meat packing plant. Murkowski is such a cheeseball.
Everybody is so focused on just themselves.
But the thing is that it doesn't seem like that when it comes to the Democrats. It really doesn't. Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, they are so. They come across and they put this thing forward like they're like, no, we're for the people. And then the second it starts to fuck with them, they'll sell everybody else out. Murkowski needs to go. I think Alaskans aren't going to keep her in again.
I don't understand. This episode brought to you by OneSkin. You're going to need this because all this stress is going to make your face drop. I think. I am not sure if that's a scientific assessment.
I will say this about that stuff. My face, I do not look my age.
No.
I believe.
Why don't you?
Because of OneSkin.
OS1, proprietary peptide that they found in the lab after trying like almost 1,000 different ones. And this one actually was shown in clinical trials to reverse skin's biological age.
I wake up in the morning and you feel my face. I'm like, wow, that's really smooth. That is not as craggly as I expected it to be.
Really hydrating, but unlike a lot of the other ones, when I need extra hydration, it's not greasy. it doesn't leave like this oil slick sheen like that stuff I had you using before OneSkin.
fragrance.
Do you remember? You were like, I don't know why, but he looks so sweaty on Armageddon updates. Remember you were like,
just went to a Diddy party.
What was I using? Whatever
I gave you, I don't want to say, but but it was very hydrating, but it looked like you had just eaten pizza.
Yeah. It looked like I wore a pizza. It looked like I wore a pizza.
So I was actually
doesn't.
just last night, I tell you guys I do ads in real life because I believe in the products. I was at dinner with a friend of mine last night having sushi, 2 friends of mine, and one of them is currently having her hair fall out by massive handfuls. She showed me pictures. She's been to 4 different dermatologists. And I said, why didn't you tell me this? I have a product. And she knows Ken. And I said, Ken has actually started using OS1 hair, and it comes with the little dermal roller so that it makes
like little tiny pokes.
Yeah.
Pokies.
And then you put the serum on it. And she was like, no way. I said, I'm telling you, we looked at Ken's head last week without planning this at all. And he has baby hairs all over his little bald area.
So it used to be smooth. And then when I first of all, I wasn't using it, the little derma roller. I was just massaging it.
Yeah, I had to tell you.
Yeah, you had to tell me that.
Idiot.
And then I started doing that, and I started to feel little tiny hairs where it used to be smooth. It used to be a smooth patch. And then since that started working, at last time we talked, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a fucking unibrow. I'm going to just add.
You do not need any more hair on your face.
I know.
Yeah, your face hair is good.
OneSkin scientists did a clinical study and showed that after 6 months, the participants had significantly thicker and denser hair. So it's not just for bald spots. I clearly could not use this product because I would walk around with my head hanging down all the time. But if you want thicker, denser hair, this will help with that as well.
Also, Titus would be in trouble because you look like you're 12. So you'll
already
be in the
trouble.
files.
Somebody already, you said somebody called me your child bride.
Yeah. So I'm like, guys, she just looks like, someone actually went off about you. What did she say? They're like, I can't believe all the plastic surgery. And I start laughing. I just go, she just looks like that.
Yeah, it's worse.
I go, I got lucky. Yeah.
I told you guys that.
You're going to be angrier now.
I told you I'm 100% doing it. 100%. I'm going to look like a freak and I won't care. Just fingers
Mickey
crossed.
You have no plastic surgery. It's very funny that someone thought that. I said,
will
no, I'm just lucky enough that she looks like that.
I don't understand why people would be down about plastic surgery. Like I'm diving in head first. So your whole life you use OneSkin. You hold off skin aging for a long time, but there's a point, right? Go get plastic surgery and then I'll keep using this.
Right,
look good forever because of OneSkin. I also like that it was founded by an all-woman team of PhD scientists. They specialize in skin regeneration, stem cell biology, immunology, bioinformatics. Like, come on, these are legit people, not just some crappy company. So OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, it keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. So for a limited time, you guys can go try these products we're talking about. Get 15% off using code Titus at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co, promo code Titus. Same deal. After you buy it, tell them that we sent you so they know you're listening, and that helps support our show. OS1 body, I love too.
I wish we weren't in such a weird time. Remember when Obama was president? We started doing this, and it was like it wasn't like this. If something big happened, we would talk like a shooting happened. It was horrible. There was news, and then we talk about Obama singing "Amazing Grace" and crying for the kids, and then doing what he could to get gun legislation passed. And there was a balance because the evil still happened, but there was someone else that was fighting it, and we don't have anybody fighting it right now, man.
Think of the Obama
Don't you
time.
feel like that?
It's like it was like an alternate universe. Like we've taken a wrong turn.
Biden too, we were bailing out, but Obama was like he took us out of 2008. He did got a lot of stuff passed, got a lot of stuff changed, saved GM and Chrysler. There was all this positivity going into it, and now
universal health care, we actually got it under him.
We got some of us. It's still a shitty system, but because they voted to kill it, they made it. Once they took away the mandate, it's no longer funded,
and nobody cares until it affects them directly.
Oh, that's what they draw these Trump voters.
This big stupid bill is going to affect you directly, even if you have health insurance.
Did you see how they timed it?
Sorry. Your premiums are going to go up. The hospital emergency rooms are going to be packed. They're going to be understaffed. Hospitals in smaller areas, rural areas are closing. I mean, it's going to affect all of us, and it should bother you, even if it doesn't affect you.
They said your healthcare bill could go up 75% because
it's
of this.
already out of control.
And here, can I talk about, here's how shitty our healthcare is in America. Racists all the time. Healthcare is a human right. If 32 out of 33 countries can figure out how to do it, and we can't. So I had an incident a while back. I don't know if I had anxiety or what was it going on, but I had a chest pains, and I've never had that before. And I was like, oh shit. But my dad had 5-6 heart attacks. My aunt had bypass. My uncle died of a heart attack. My other uncle died of a heart attack. My grandfather died of a heart attack. Yeah, I should probably get that shit checked out. So, I get back from this thing. I go to kind of an emergency situation at urgent care. I get an EKG. They say, EKG is beautiful. Are you okay? And then they were going to do blood work. They didn't do it. Get home and Ray's like, hey, you should go see a cardiologist. I'm like, all right, it goes, because how hard could that be? Mm-hmm. Holy fuck. You would not believe how hard it is. We called here's how shitty you people in the medical field are. Shitty. Mm-hmm. We've called 3 different cardiologists. Not a single one of them get back to me. Now, I had chest pain. So they said the one we did get earliest point was when? October?
October 3rd.
October 3rd.
And I can't get you an appointment. So
now we have a list of how many did you do that we have to
a long 2-page list to just try and see if anyone will see you for heart problems.
Yeah, my fucking engine is I'm blowing.
And I just think
I'm
about Marshall, right? Like we look back and there were signs. Marshall was having symptoms. Mm-hmm. So he and I feel some urgency about this, and you can't get in.
They're like, yeah, sorry.
You're not in our network. That was one. So we're going to charge you $1,200 for the first visit. Are you okay with that? And I go, well, when's the appointment? November.
Do you hear that they don't even care about you as a human being? Mm-mm. They're like, well, it's going to be $1,200. Oh, so you were not worried that this human being is having chest pains or whoever it is. You're worried about your fucking money.
You instantly ask about the bill.
So my problem with it all is that if you're a doctor currently, you're kind of full of shit. And these are cardiologists. There's an arrogance, and this is always every doctor I've ever met has an arrogance about them that I find unwarranted. Mm-hmm. Unwarranted, dude. Mm-hmm. It's just we're the same machine. There's nothing special, and you're wrong. And you're wrong. You're a C-. You're wrong most of the time.
Every dentist I've been to, or skin doctor guy, he always also thinks he's like the most amazing saxophone player, or fucking guitar player.
Skin doctor guy.
Yeah, I know. I had skin cancer. I don't want to talk.
Dermatologist.
Because you tell him you play music.
It comes up in conversation. And he's like, "Oh, I'm in a band too. Let's do." I'm like,
my friends say I'm funny.
I get so tired
I always thought I was going to do it. Did you really? Good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, everybody says I'm funny. They always say I should go do comedy too, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's all it takes. You just have to tell a joke to one of your friends, and
you're good to go.
The old creepy dentist I used to have used to come tell the worst jokes. He thought he was so funny. That's the worst. When someone thinks they're funny, I call it the Greg Gutfeld syndrome, where people think they're funny and they're fucking never funny. Yes. Not once. I still have $100. Anybody can show me video of Greg Gutfeld actually cracking a joke that's funny.
Please don't send us videos of Greg Gutfeld.
Please don't send us videos. I already know. We are in a dark time in America. It's going to get worse before it gets worse. But do me a favor, keep screaming sanity. You got to keep yelling. You got to talk. Here's the problem. If a few of us fight hard, then all of us won't have to fight later. So fight as hard as you can and against this shit. Please follow me on Threads. Go to Titus Nation. You can follow me on Instagram, also at Titus Nation. Do me a favor. Go see the show in Nashville. First show, August 1st and 2nd. On the 3rd, I'm doing Huntsville. The lovely Bombshell Ray will be with me. And the new show is so good. It's getting so good. My young son performed with me this last week. We did, at one of the worst bar gigs I think I've ever done. And that's me, and that's saying a lot. I've done some words. And now let's go to 2 years ago today.
You know what? We don't spend enough time with these Biden things because what I notice is I have to pick and choose one because Trump does 5 to 10 destructive things, where I could choose 5 to 10 like constructive, like positive things. Okay. On this day, 2 years ago.
Right. Just Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Scranton Joe. Focused on expanding access to mental health care and honored Emmett Till and Mamie Till.
Oh, yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
No joke.
He established the Emmett Till and Mamie Till National Monument.
I'm serious.
He also addressed rural health care needs, where the USDA announced $129 million in emergency rural health care grants as part of the Biden.
So just want to point, this goes exactly. So this last couple of weeks, they started shutting down our healthcare system and closing hospitals, whereas Biden was giving hundreds of millions of dollars to expand rural healthcare so people had a fucking hospital to go to. Holy shit. It's like, how can you get that opposite? It's like, how can you, like, it's good and evil. It's so good and evil.
Let's continue. Same day. Biden announced additional security assistance for Ukraine, including munitions, artillery rounds, and aircrafts.
So he's fighting against evil again.
Fighting evil.
Whereas Trump actually pulls all the stuff out of Ukraine and says, yeah, we're going to send him some. Now he finally goes, we're going to send him more.
He also signed into law S-111, the, quote, Providing Accountability Through Transparency Act of 2023, requiring agencies to include plain language summaries of proposed rules in their notices.
And where we're currently going to interview the pedophile's girlfriend to get her to shut up, basically. That's what the Trump administration is doing. I don't understand it. We are in a dark time, people. Fight hard. Scream sanity. Do what you can. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.
Follow me on Instagram at Ray Bradley. That's the one I care the most about, but Threads to Ray Bradley. But I've been chopping up, I'm time coding. He's chopping up comedy bits to put up there.
And why are we doing that? What are we heading towards that you would actually like to tell the people about?
This might be important to mention. I am filming Beauty for Ashes on October 25th at the El Portal Theater. You can get tickets now. It's on sale now, 6:30 and 8:45. If you, you don't have to say the reason, but if you cannot afford the tickets, then please just let me know on the website, and I will make sure that you have
Get into the
seats.
show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 6:30, 8:45, October 25th. It's going to be super fun. All my family is going to be here. The good ones.
So there's going to be two people.
Exactly.
Do me a favor, guys. Subscribe to the podcast. We are at 400,000 subscribers now. Much appreciated for your support. Much appreciated. And we do all we can to make sure that we give you the exact right thing, because the fucking news sure isn't. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yep.
When I watch Katie Tur go, I was hanging out with Rupert Murdoch. What are you what is going on?
I thought you were the Democrat on the fucking...
We thought you were at least giving it, but how could... But it totally makes sense. She always shades everything a little bit weird. She did a hypothetical today and got her ass handed to her. It was so good. There was an economist on, and she goes, "Well, what if he was thinking that maybe the tariffs, the tariffs are gonna."
I don't remember.
It was the Japanese trade deal.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So he's thinking. So he's getting from the Japanese. So we're going to be able to sell some rice. We're going to opening markets to Japan. He goes, "That's what he said. That's a tweet. That's not a policy." He goes,
show me that when it happens. And she was like, and then she couldn't help herself as she was signing him off. She goes, I love about you. I give you tough questions, and you
always come back with something.
You always give me that interesting. You could tell she was pissed, but finally somebody calls her on her bullshit hypotheticals. It's not journalism.
It's not journalism. No, your opinion is not journalism.
Oh, also, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's at Rachel Bradley Comedy. If you can't remember that, it's linked through his Christopher Titus TV page if you're already there, and a bunch of new videos are going up there.
All the clips from Alpha Chick.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut them, and they're going to be on that channel. If you go to Christopher Titus TV, his YouTube channel, scroll to the bottom, you'll see a quick link to her channel there too.
Go do it.
Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. For myself, the lovely bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.
God, how did Biden go against the opposite?
The absolute polar fucking opposite.